Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building. That's right. Pick number one is in. Colston Loveland's a Bear. How we feeling about it 24 hours after? 24, like 12, really. I mean,
12, maybe half.
12 hours
half
after. I don't know.
Yeah.
Realistically, like 11 and a half, because it took us like half an hour to get there, and then there was the whole spiel. Don't worry, it was a big thing. They drafted the first round. Colston Loveland is here. I think a lot of people, instant reaction was, what the heck? I'm going to tell you why you should be excited by this young man being a Chicago Bear. And then, George JC.
What do we got, man?
We still got 2 picks. We got day 2. And my God, did a lot of people fall to the second round that we thought were going to be top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20, top 25. I remember all the, there's no way he falls past 11.
Oh, there's a way.
That can go.
This just got wild.
Take advantage of that talent. What do the Bears do at 39? What are the Bears going to do at 41? Is there a trade-up scenario? Ladies and gentlemen, the date is 4/25, 2025. It's 7:04 in the morning, and I have it on good authority that JC's got a steak under that camera. That's right.
I'm not celebrating today.
No steak for celebration, JC. No steak for
I
celebration.
feel better. No, don't
You
get me
get
wrong.
excited about Colston Loveland.
I feel better. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. All that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily Morning Breeze edition. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Jordan JC, you were, first off, thank everybody who came out.
Oh, yeah. First off, yes.
To, the draft party last night. It was amazing.
That was fun.
Great time all around. We had a ton of fun. Somehow Nova for 2 weeks saying that I'm going to win this TV.
That's crazy.
Winning this TV into existence. That
Shout out Nova. Shout out Nova. He literally was talking about it. He
commented in this chat for 2 weeks. I'm just coming to win that TV. And he actually won it.
Herbson said it's rigged.
It's rigged, bro. And that was the most regular, like, shake, 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 pull. Like, all right, here we go.
And you pulled a bunch of them that wasn't, nobody like came and got the free merch.
Hey, it was so much. There was so many tickets that people didn't come get. But man, Bueller. But no, man, like it was so many people that came out and supported, man. Baki, of course, was there. It was a great time. And Nova was there, of course. I mean, Ricardo was there.
Gucci Finesse, shout out to Gucci
Finesse pulled up on us, saw the pick, went outside to roll up.
Had to take a load off.
Gucci said, I need to smoke on this one.
Stressed out. Hey, should have joined him.
Hey. Shout out to Gucci. He walked up to me, he's like, I'm Gucci. I was like, oh, snap.
Oh, yeah.
He fits the bill. But no, man. But no, it was a fun night. And then the Chicago Bears go out there and they draft Colston Loveland. And I think a lot of people lost their minds last night. And I want to start with you, Jordan JC. Your reaction was instantly the hat was off, the hands were up on the head.
Yeah.
You were not thrilled with the Chicago Bears picking Colston Loveland. Where are you at right now on the Colston Loveland pick?
I mean, I think everybody saw whoever was on the stream live. I was not happy at all. But what did we say? 11 hours later, get some time to relax, slept on it, watched a few Loveland highlights this morning, saw a lot of experts talk about, the potential that he has and the things that they love about him. A lot of experts talking about this was their favorite pick in the first round. So I'm like, okay, all right, let's do a deeper dive into Colston Loveland, because in my opinion, the only tight end I was focused on was Tyler Warren. I thought that would be the tight end one. I thought that he kind of separated himself from the pack, if you will, when it came to who we were going to pick. Colston was not on my radar, but I feel good right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm warming up. I told you I was going through the however many stages of grief yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a lot of doubt. There was the complaining phase. There was the anger phase. I'm accepting it now. There's the acceptance. like it was actually a very sound and good pick. And the fact that I also saw the process of when Ben Johnson, held the phone and told him, hey, I know exactly what I'm getting with you. Explosive, very extreme route runner, crisp route runner. Like, there's so many elite skills that Colston Loveland actually has that maybe what he put on display in Michigan is nothing compared to what he can be, because maybe there was a lack of quarterbacking skill.
Oh, there was.
Yeah. So my thing is, okay, maybe I'm not seeing the full potential of this guy because he hasn't been able to display it, but you can see just on tape how special he probably can be. And I'm, like I said, I'm warming up to it. I actually don't mind the pick at this point. I think he fits the scheme. I think Ben Johnson knows exactly what he's doing. He compared him to Sam Laporta, which obviously we know Sam Laporta has had a good couple of seasons now. Yeah. And so, hey, I'm fine with this pick now. It wasn't sexy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else was talking about, oh, the Bears could move up and go into the range of getting Abdul Carter or going up and getting Ashton Genty. That was the big rumor. Like, oh yeah, Ashton Genty is he's talking like he's a Bear. He's trashing Green Bay. There's nothing to do here. Like, it just made sense.
I do love the fact that it's just general trash talk of Green Bay. Like, he had nothing to do with Chicago. And he's just like, Green Bay kind of sucks. Like, I don't know what I do, but this place is terrible.
Bro, I don't know if you heard Cam Ward. He also, they interviewed him walking around the city. They said, bro, once I get picked first, I'm out of here. He's like, there's nothing to do here, and it's cold. Shout out to you, Jimmy Hoffa. I'm just saying.
Poor Matthew Golden. He's like, fuck, I gotta stay.
But overall, oh, there you go.
I gotta stay. Bet you thought you were getting out of here, Matthew. You're sticking around.
Welcome to good old Greeny. No, I love it. I love the pick. I love the pick now.
Well, you don't love the pick. You don't love the pick.
I'm warming up. I like the pick. The pick. Okay,
I don't even know if like is a good word yet. Here's why I think this is the perfect move for the Chicago Bears. Couple of reasons. Number one, nobody was going to be sexy. Unless you traded up, nobody was going to be sexy. And as fans, we all want to trade up. Trade ups are fun. They don't help your team in the future usually, but trade ups are fun. Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, we're going all in. We're aggressive. Here we go. We are excited, and we're going after a big name. And oh my God, we got Genty. We got trade ups are fun, and you would have gotten a really good player there. But you got a really good player here, and probably the guy that Ben Johnson is going to be able to use the most. I'm not saying it's a sexy name. I'm not saying that it's a massive name. I think that as you watch his tape, though, he's the receiving tight end everybody wants Cole Kmet to be.
True.
He is the George Kittle. He is the Travis Kelce. Now, he's not these people, right? You got to come into the game. You got to prove it. You take a tight end that high, you do have to prove it. There is a conversation on living up to the expectations here. There's a lot of expectations on him when you take a tight end at 10. But there was no sexy picks left. Mm-hmm. What did we say about all the picks that went after Colston Loveland? That would have been a nice name. I'd have rather had that, but Walter Nolan, he would have been solid, but
like Walter.
Like there were
10, though.
There were no sexy names left. And when you're having a conversation on getting a player that, one, is going to make a massive offensive impact, is going to be a game-changing player, is going to be a big piece of Ben Johnson's 12 personnel scheme, is going to be somebody that helps you move the ball down the field, can be a red zone threat, can be all of these things as far as a receiver for the Chicago Bears. And our biggest beef with him is, well, he doesn't block that well. Neither is Travis Kelce. He's actually pretty bad at it.
Yeah.
Would I love to have gotten Gronk? Sure. But all of these things that we want to see, all of these things we wanted to say about Ashton Genty, this guy can do. But just from the tight end position, not the running back position. So again, it's not sexy, right? The running back is sexy. It's a luxury pick. But when you're talking about somebody that just fits in to what Ben Johnson is wanting to do, I love this pick. And on top of that, you take into account some of the intangibles about him. He was penalized once over the last 2 seasons. It was an illegal formation call. It wasn't his fault. That's the only penalty he has in 2 seasons.
Very sound. Yeah, absolutely.
He was consistently praised by just about everybody that's ever worked with this guy about the work ethic he's going to put in. Do you think that this is not the guy that Ben Johnson wants in his offense? And this is not the guy. Who's the pick that's better than him? Tyler Warren is the one name that everybody wants to throw out there. We'll see. But Tyler Warren's also going to die in
Indianapolis.
The other thing for me is this. It can't be Pat trust Ben Johnson, Pat trust Ben Johnson, Pat trust Ben Johnson when it was going to be Omarion Hampton or Ashton Genty. And now all of a sudden the Bears have no idea what they're doing when it's not the guy that you want the Bears to go out there and pick. You can't live in 2 worlds. You just like either it's trust Ben Johnson or it's the Bears don't know what they're doing.
I'm with you on that because I think the initial reaction was as you mentioned, we wanted something more sexy because of the so many rumors, and you saw the teams that actually moved up to go get their guy, like Jacksonville going to get up to get Travis Hunter, and New York still obviously going out there and not selecting a quarterback and getting Abdul Carter. I think it was just the allure of, there's all these rumors, and that there's the potential of, the Bears just kind of going all in and getting a guy that we all obviously wanted. And so once that didn't happen, I guess the excitement got taken away. But again, I agree with you because you said this all along throughout the entire night yesterday. Are we going to trust Ben or not? Like, obviously as fans, we want what we want. The draft is a time to be excited about the favorite pick that you want, or the running back that looks like he's going to be a superstar, or the explosive weapon here, the explosive weapon there. Honestly, Colston Loveland could be an explosive weapon in this offense. You look at all the different things that we have now on offense. He is a matchup nightmare. One-on-one with a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of linebackers as well. And I'm not even overselling this. His route running is very, very good. He's very fluid in his direction and his movement. And I said it yesterday. I said, hey, if that's the case, then I expect him when he gets paired up with this coaching staff and with Ben Johnson, the way he's going to be utilized in this offense, with Cole Kmet probably taking more on the assignment of blocking and the assignment of being the typical big tight end.
Yeah,
you're going to have Colston that's going to probably get a lot of catches and be able to be that offensive nightmare. And so I look forward to that potential. That's what I'm expecting. I'm banking on the potential to actually be realized with him and pairing him up with Ben, the mad mind, and on offense. So we'll see. We'll see.
And listen, I think you also have to take into account too, right? Like this does not signal. I think Tyler Warren would have signaled the end for Cole Kmet. Tyler Warren pick would have been like, okay, this dude is basically taller Cole Kmet.
Okay.
We're getting rid of Cole Kmet. Colston Loveland is not a 50-50 ball guy. In fact, he's kind of bad at it. He's not a contested catch guy. He's not a run block guy, right? Like all of these things where, although Cole Kmet not really a run block guy either. All these things where we look at Cole Kmet and say, okay, this is kind of where you still fit into this team and why the Bears are still going to need you. But as far as a receiver, the one thing that Colston Loveland continually had when you watch his tape is every time he's open, you kind of just go, how'd they lose that guy?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one other player. Now, I'm not saying this is who he is, but there's only one other player that I think I've said that about consistently, and it's Travis Kelce. I don't think he's going to be Travis Kelce. I think he probably falls somewhere into that Trey McBride, Sam Laporta range, which is still a good tight end to me.
Very
those
good.
names that I'm
Very
looking
good
at.
potential.
You take that tight end? That's
Absolutely. I'll take that
a
tight end.
dang good tight end.
Dang good tight end.
I think you fall somewhere in that range. But Colston Loveland, the thing about him that stands out, and listen, by the time I didn't go to sleep till like 3:00 last night after I got home because I was just up watching more and more. Wait, you got to rewatch. You got to know what you're talking about with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay, he's like routing people up.
Mm-hmm.
He's finding his way open. Like, okay, this is great. Now his quarterback basically didn't do him a ton of favors.
Nope.
And when he got the ball in his hand, he was a monster. Didn't get the ball in his hand a ton. But to me, I think this is one of those picks where it is a trust Ben Johnson situation. Y'all know I would have rather traded back. The trade back has to be there. I said it last night. If the option to trade back was there, you should have traded back. The trade back has to be there and it has to be worth it for somebody to move up.
You don't know if there was. Well, I mean, we don't know if there was any conversation. Maybe there was. I'm sure there had to be maybe a discussion whether or not they could have gotten better value by picking maybe Colston Loveland a few picks back. I feel like maybe he still would have been there on the board because a lot of people again had Tyler Warren technically number one. But I mean, if you feel good about the pick, and we've said this before, it doesn't matter where you pick a guy. If you feel good about the pick and he actually pans out,
yeah,
then you don't look back. You just keep moving forward. And so they look convinced. I was a little bit more happier, as I said before, because initially I thought maybe they weren't on the same page with this pick. We heard reports of maybe there were a lot of things in a lot of directions that Ben Johnson wanted to go in. But when you saw the actual call, when Ryan Poles was reaching out to Colston, and then he passed the phone to Ben, and the excitement that Ben naturally has, and pacing back and forth in the seat. He's just it's almost like he's just ready to get to work. So he actually looked like, you know what, this is the guy that I want. This is the guy that I've been keying in on, or one of the main guys that I've been keying in on. They had him number 2 behind Travis Hunter on their board, apparently, by some reports, outside of the quarterbacks. Think about that. They had him number 2 as their prospect that they wanted outside of the quarterback prospects. Now, I don't know if that means because they knew they weren't going up to get Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
That was my thing. I'm like, are you sure Abdul still's up there? But I think in their range that they felt that they weren't going to trade up. Okay, this is the second guy that we're looking at. And so, I again, like I said, I've warmed up to it. I like it now. I think that moving forward, this is a good pairing. Ben Johnson loves his 2 tight end sets, so we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah, and to me, this is the guy where I do wonder if if Cole is going to be in a situation this season where he's not the guy getting all the yards, where he is doing a lot of the dirty work, where he is doing a lot of the, hey, you got to be blocking on this play. You got to. I do wonder how this is going to change, because listen, in the 12 personnel, right? Like we say 12 personnel, like it gives you a ton of options to work with. It gives you, right, you got the 2 big body tight ends on either end of the line. If you want to, especially in the run block game, it helps you, right? The other thing that we have to take into account is he's not great at run blocking right now. He's going to get NFL coaching. That's important. He's going to get to work with NFL coaching now to help him to improve his game. And he's already in a pro scheme up at Michigan. So he's going to come here and already understand somewhat of how he needs to do things. But in that 12 personnel, right, there's still going to be a ton of passes that go to the wide receivers. Right, it's still going to be DJ. It's still going to be Rome. Like you're going to have 3 6'6" dudes on the field. Well, 6'4" and up, I guess. Rome's 6'4". But like this is, to me, I like this pick. I don't love it. Right, I'm not at love yet, but I do think it's the right pick for this moment.
You're not in Loveland?
I'm not in Loveland yet. Okay. I would love to be there, but it's the only reason I'm not is because I don't know what trade back options were available, if any.
Yeah, true.
And if there were trade back options available, what were they giving us? Right, that you got to take that into account as well. And by the way, all the teams that were in trade up mode were from the second round back into the first. You couldn't have got. There's no way they're trading up to 10. You would have taken their soul and more. Like the teams that traded up, the Giants traded up to go get Jackson Dart, which Ringo was not happy about.
No, he didn't like that pick.
Ringo was not happy about Jackson Dart.
I feel like Ringo is a very hard person to please with his team. He doesn't like a lot of picks going on.
Nah, he wanted Shador.
He wanted Shador. Okay.
Yeah, he wanted Shador. He was like, you brought him in for the second workout. You liked what you saw. Why didn't you go get Shador?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll see what ends up happening there, but at least we're not them. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love, hit the like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We are Jordan JC. Get yourself ready, brother. Over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat.
All right, 300 in the chat. Hey, all right. 600. 600. All right.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
A little lingering leftover from yesterday. Shout out to all the support. All right.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Man, listen, I think the other thing that we also got to talk about too is the fact that the draft did not end yesterday.
No, it didn't.
And
I'm more excited for today, honestly.
I'm so excited for today because there are so many names still on the board. And remember, like we said at the beginning of this, we're going through these mock drafts and everybody's in the comments and like, there's no way this dude slips past 22. Although if you were a Walter Nolan, if you were a Walter Nolan guy, you were seeing those mock drafts where he's in the second round, you got to feel like, yeah, I'm vindicated. I told y'all. Because I don't think we did a single mock where Walter Nolan was a first round pick.
I told you Walter or Kenneth Grant. I told you both of those dudes.
Kenneth Grant was a first round pick. He was at the end of the first.
He was at the end of the first year. Okay,
he kind of still went in that range. But we didn't have. I'll tell you what, we didn't have a single one. Which now I'm like, okay, how serious is this case? We didn't have a single one where Mike Green first round. So, yeah, I got questions. Maybe Ben Johnson doesn't want an aggressive player. We got to talk about what we're going to do at 39. We got to talk about what we're going to do at 41. We got all that coming up. But before we do that, we do want to make sure that you guys are tapped in with everything going on with the Breeze Media Network, man. If you're into the biggest stories across the sports world, check out the Breeze Sports. It's where the whole crew locks in on national topics from the NBA, NFL, and beyond. No filters, just real talk. I'm also holding it down over on the Chicago Bulls Breeze, although I've been slacking this week because of the draft. Everything Bulls all season long, whether it's trade rumors, game breakdowns, or front office moves, I got you covered. If you're looking for more Bears content, you just can't get enough. Super producer Joel Holt has you covered over on the Chicago Bears Breeze. He's breaking down every angle from draft talk to game day analysis sometimes. And no matter where you are, make sure that you go follow all the channels that we do have here at the Breeze Media Network. We appreciate you guys for showing love and rocking with us. It's Breeze Nation, baby. Shout out.
Subtle stray. It's subtle stray. Sometimes foul.
Foul. Jordan JC, as we get back into the show, man, and appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. 39 is coming up.
Yes.
And there are a lot of pieces still on this board. There are a lot of pieces still on this board, my guy. The edge market is still flourishing. And there's an edge on this board that may end up falling even later. And Nick Scorton, that I thought might be a second-round pick for the Chicago Bears. You've still got an Ariante Irsay on the board. You've still got, for everybody who is begging for a running back here, you've still got a Travion Henderson on the board.
That's your guy. Yeah.
Day 2 of this thing. Well, I think you got to go get him now. Not gonna lie to you. When you talk about the fact that Colston Loveland is not a blocker.
Yeah.
I would like a blocker. Somebody got a block.
Somebody in the backfield.
Somebody
thank
got
you.
that backfield. When you look at what the Bears could do at 39, what direction do you want to see them go? Do you want to see them go with another skill position here? Do you want to see them attack the trenches here? A lot of trench pieces are falling. There's some of those guys that we thought were 3rd-round picks that may be in the 4th round, and Ryan Poles is going to take a punter, but they may be in the 4th round down there. What are you doing at 39 right now, JC?
I mean, there's so many directions you can go, and I'll be honest with you, with some of the names that are still on this board, a lot of them shocking. I mean, obviously, we know the one that is very shocking. What would you say?
You said shocking.
Shocking. Oh, well, hey, it was shocking, whatever you want to call it. I am very pleased that the board is still falling the way it is, because you got maybe, I want to say, at least 10 players that were projected to go higher than where they're at now.
Yeah,
that have 1st-round grades. Actually, that have top 10 grades. Will Johnson obviously being the cornerback. I'll be honest with you. If Will Johnson's there at 39, I don't care who we need. At a certain point, you take the guy just because of the value.
Only thing I wonder about is, what don't we know about the injury that caused him to fall that far?
Well, he missed 7 games in 24 with the turf toe, and then I think he missed the combine with the hamstring injury. So maybe that's a little bit more and that he's being, hindered from that a little bit more than he's letting on. However, I'll be honest with you. You get him healthy, and you just move forward with that. I like, if he's there, I'm taking him. Like that's one of those Michael Porter Jr. type things. Like, okay, at a certain point, we're not going to keep passing up on the talent level here. Like, your value clearly outweighs where we're drafting. So there's a guy. Now, realistically, if we're talking about somebody, here's a guy. If we're talking about somebody that doesn't have any issues with any injury or anything of that nature, yesterday we did mention that maybe we need some safety insurance. We talked about, maybe Jaquan Brisker may not get through this season. We hope he does. Yeah. We know this is a big year for him. We talked about Kevin Byard getting up in age. He had a really good season tackle-wise last year, but maybe there's a chance that we need to actually look for the replacement this year moving forward. And I like a South Carolina prospect in 6'3", 220-pound Nick Imaniwari. Mm-hmm. He really stood out in the combine. Freak of an athlete, rangy, can disrupt a lot, like aggressive in his tackling. If he's there, that's who I want. That's my if you want to call it, sexy pick for 39.
Yeah, listen, 39 for me. I'm locked in now. I don't know the full extent of everything out off of the field. I don't know if there is a full extent of everything off of the field. I would assume so, because of him falling as far as he has. I think you kind of have to go, okay, maybe we don't know something. Mm-hmm. And I know he doesn't fit the ideal weight, even though he doesn't have one, for Dennis Allen's defense. But as you look at this 2nd round, I don't think there's a better player left on the board than Mike Green. And Dennis Allen said it best when he talked about, I'm willing to give up pounds for power. You give up pounds for power. Mike Green's a monster. Mike Green is, he's being comped right now to Will Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Green is a monster. And I understand everything off of the field. Maybe because of that, we won't see the Bears take him. But, like, if you're talking about just pure talent, Mike Green was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like, as far as talent goes, as far as elite. Now, I think what is interesting with how the board fell, I don't. Who was the second edge taken off of the board?
You had Mikael Williams, and you also had
that's interior.
Who was it? Not Jahad Campbell. You had I know it was the player that that
Who was
went
the second edge? So Abdul Carter. Oh yeah, I guess no. Michael
James
Williams
Pierce.
on the edge. Yeah, I guess he is, ain't he?
Yeah, Michael Williams is
Yeah,
edge.
yeah. Okay, he was the second edge. Shamar
Was it
Stewart.
was Oh yeah, Shamar
Shamar
Stewart,
Stewart was who I
the
was thinking of.
project. Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, listen. There's nothing I'm looking at that on either of those guys that's better than Mike Green. Maybe Michael Williams, you can argue.
Yeah.
But there's no, you know what? That's a fact. That's a fact. I didn't think about that. Jalen Walker did go.
Yeah, that
Jalen
okay.
Walker
That's
did
the name
go.
that
That's
I
a
forgot
fact.
about. Jelani
That's a
Walker.
fact. Jalen
Yeah.
Walker did go. Man, that was a good pickup too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Atlanta got him and
James Pierce.
And James Pierce. That was
Hey,
I could take a chance with James Pierce when I got Jalen Walker in the building.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I looked at Mike Green as the top guy over all of these guys. And now, probably because of the off the field stuff, he's fallen.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, I'm sorry, I don't need church boys. Right? I'm not sitting here telling you that what he did off the field is right, wrong. I don't know what he did. I know what he's accused of. And he's a wild boy if it is true. But I don't need football players as great people. I need football players that play football. And that young man plays football really well.
He plays it the right way. Yeah.
Really well. And I'm not gonna it would. I get it because of the system that we have. And I'm not going to say that I would be flipping tables there. But it would definitely irk me if you left the best player in this second round on the board. Even if he gets to us, right? Like, I do feel this strongly about it. Mike Green is good enough that if you wanted to, you could trade up for him.
Mm-hmm.
I would package 39 and 41 to go get Mike Green.
You'd package 39 and 41 to move up now?
I don't think you would have to package it up to move that far, actually, but that's how strongly I feel about it. I think you probably would have to package a second in a probably a future fourth or maybe a third round pick, right? Like something, or your fifth this season. I don't think you would have to package both of them, but Mike Green's a monster. Like there's when you turn the tape on, all he does is reset the offensive line every play. How do you reset the offensive line every play?
Look, I think at a certain point you do want a football player. We've talked about that plenty of times. I think the question mark obviously is the off the field, and I'm with you. You know, at a certain point, you don't want church boys. I mean, this game is not. It's built for a certain way, right? You know, the football is still football at the end of the day. We do have to be careful that we want to make sure that if we do pick him, that he's actually able to play and that there is no more off the field issues going forward. If he can get past these accusations, right? And I think that's always the thought process with the GM, with the president, with the the coach in picking is, even if this person maybe isn't going to have to go through what he's going through moving forward, well, maybe we have an issue with something that comes out of the blue. Off the field, do we have to kind of put training wheels on him and kind of like watch what he does off the field all the time? Are we going to have that kind of babysit a grown man in a sense off the field? Yeah. And so I think that's the give and take with players like this. But obviously, there's no denying what he did. Leading the FBS in sacks with I believe 17 the past year. Like there's no denying his productivity and what he brings to the field. And so at a certain point, yes, that does outweigh. It's like, okay, you got to go get this guy at some point. So we'll see. Mike Green is obviously a huge name that's still there, and so maybe the Bears do want him with one of those picks.
And I think you've got to address the trenches here. I think that the like a Shamar Turner is still on the board. If to me, I'd be intrigued by that.
Izariku is still there.
Donovan Izariku, but Donovan Izariku is small though. What's he coming in at
6'3", 248?
Okay, that's not
compared to Mike 6'3", 251.
Yeah, that's 3 pounds. That's not bad. Yeah, get that guy a steak for that.
Mike had one less steak. That's
I had one less bite of food. I don't see the same power with Donovan. That's the only thing. I don't see the same power and ability to just move a human being out of your way. Like Mike Green reminds me of. Remember when Khalil Mack just threw a guy?
Oh, absolutely.
When he just picked him up with one hand and was just like, "There you go."
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I have to go kill your quarterback.
I have an appointment with your QB. Yeah, no, absolutely. It just looks different.
So to me, it's get the best player available in that spot, and I think that is Mike Green. The one thing that I would say as well, keeping it moving here, because listen, 39 is not the only pick that we have there. 41 is also available to the Chicago Bears here.
That's
Get
right.
your running back. Get your running back. I will allow it. I think with the pick you made, you also have to make decisions based on some of the limitations of some of the players that you do have in the building already, right? And one of the limitations of one of the young men you just drafted and of Cole Kmet is that blocking. And there's one young man who I've talked about a ton who I just think is he's Roshan Johnson with what people hope that DeAndre Swift is supposed to be put together.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
That's what Travion Henderson reminds me of.
Yeah.
He gives you that blocking that Roshan has in there on a third down. And he also gives you the speed. He also gives you the yards per carry. He also gives you the ability to pass catch out of the backfield that you want to see from DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
We don't see it, but that you want to see. To me, if you come out of this draft with Mike Green and Travion Henderson in the second round, that's meaty.
That's getting you tingly, huh? Yeah, no, I'm with you, which is why I said I actually, even before we picked Colston, even before the draft started, I said I was actually looking forward to day 2 because of round 2 and 3. But yeah, Travion Henderson is a guy who checks a lot of boxes as a running back and the potential that he has as a blocker. His ability to see the hole and get through the hole, sift through seams in that hole. He runs angry. He has speed. He's a patient guy as well. Like he has really certain variables to his game that will really, I think, shine on the next level because of him able kind of splitting time with Quinshon Judkins, who also I wouldn't be mad at as well. But out of the two, I think Travion has a higher rating for me, a higher grade for me, just because his overall ability and what he can do on the field. And so, yeah, 7.1 yards per carry in 24 for Ohio State. That's not too shabby. I think that was 8th best in the entire college football. So that is not bad at all. You're getting a guy who I think if he were to be brought in, he would be probably challenging Swift maybe for that starting position. I know Swift is the one that's getting paid a lot of money to be the number 1 running back, but come training camp, I think Travion might have a chance if we pick him to take over as that running back 1. That's how good I think he can be.
Yeah, listen, and I think the part that people don't talk about with Travion Henderson is they look at him and go, the numbers aren't overwhelming though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's not in the same class as an Omarion Hampton or a Ashton Jeanty, which I'm not saying that he is. I think right, we put Travion Henderson in a class of like, all right, you're not them, and there's no potential for you to be them. His numbers are in a legitimate split backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Like his numbers of over 1,000 yards. What do you have? 8 touchdowns last season, 9 touchdowns last season. And 7.1 yards per carry, which probably also comes from I better take this ball a long way because I'm going to get taken out of this game on the next
10
drive.
touchdowns, actually. Yeah, 10
touchdowns. That's in a split backfield with Quinshon Judkins, who's also a really good running back.
Yes.
Like that is the ideal dream kind of production that Ben Johnson is looking for. That is your right. As weird as it is to say, you could be getting your Sam Laporta and Jamar Gibbs, but backwards.
Okay. I see what you did there. Okay. Yeah. They have him actually compared to pro comparison Travion to James Cook, I believe, on the Bills. And then they have Quinshon Judkins compared to Joe Mixon.
I can see that because he's a Jamar not really blocking, but so yeah. I can see like James Cook could like take your soul out your body.
Yeah. And Quinshon is the Joe Mixon as well. So I mean, you think about that kind of tandem that is nice. So I'm fine with getting that running back here. A lot of people saying they want to see Scatterbo. I seen what is it the running back out of Iowa. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But those two are clearly far and away the best third and fourth running backs right now. What we got? What the star hockey
this comment. He said, "Give me Cam Scatterbo for running back, true north to south runner," which he is. He said he'll turn a 3-yard play into 4.
Oh my God! He'll give you that one extra yard,
which is good. Which is good. Or he's trying to be serious. It is good because it's like, if you need that extra yard, he will literally like push the pile to get you there.
Yeah,
but it is funny to just be like, he'll turn that 3-yard run into 3.5, baby. You got to watch this guy. Normally you'd be like, he can take the ball and turn a 3-yard run into a 50-yard run. Like,
a touchdown. Like can
4.
Can we get a little bit more?
Pterodactyl Pop said, y'all should make another steak bet for who gets it. I'm done with the steak bet. I have.
Oh, are we doing steak bet again?
I have steak. Did you say Jimmy Hoffa is the son of a motherless goat? What was that?
I've heard that somewhere.
What was that straight?
That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's Ralph from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
No, that's from a movie beforehand. That's a movie from back in the day. I know what that is. That's the Three Amigos, I think. That's the Three Amigos.
Maybe, yeah.
That's an old video. See, I'm showing my age. Hey, Three Amigos. I knew it. The son of a mother. I knew Joel was gonna know. You knew Joel was coming in here.
Yep. Just a Joel Holt in here.
Martin, the son of a mother. Shout out Pterodactyl Pups.
I seen that from Ed, Edd n Eddy with Ralph. Yeah, son of a mother. Let's go.
Taking all the lines. That's hilarious. That's fine.
That's right. You know what, El Guapo? That's right.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, before we finish it out. Like I would love that scenario. You go get the running back, you go get your edge, right?
Yeah.
But might I interest you in a meaty proposal?
No, I'm always up for a meaty proposal.
Because as much as I love Travion Henderson, he is a running back, and he may end up falling into the 3rd round. Would love to.
All right. Okay. What do we got?
Let me get a Mike Green.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get an Ariante Ursery. Ariante has been a monster. Talking with the good kid, John Yurkovich, who is friends with the head coach up in good friends with the head coach up in Minnesota. He says the conversation on Ursery is that his feet are a little bit too active. You got to turn the feet down a little bit. And basically, he's got great feet, but sometimes he gets a little bit too active, overcommits, and gets beat on an inside swim move, or it gets too far inside and gets beat outside to the edge, right? Like sometimes they're just he's moving too fast. You got to slow him down. Good coaching can do that. Do we have good coaching? I don't know. We'll see. I think we do. I like the coaching. When I hear things like that, though, about a player like that, to me, when your intangibles are, we got to make him like relax a little bit. Like not the opposite, not the P. Will effect. Hey, we got to try and wake him up on the field. Like we got to see, hey, buddy, we're playing a game. Like when the conversation around a player is like, this guy is just a freaking beast that's going 140 miles an hour nonstop, and we got to get him to idle at about 110 and he'll be a monster. Those are the kind of players that I love. And I think if you can come away with a Mike Green in the 2nd round and an Ariante Ursery, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty.
I'm not mad at it. You gave me a meaty proposal. I'll take that proposal. That's a dang good proposal. Hey, 6'6", 331 pounds. Says that he can pass edge defenders off well to the guard and work up to linebackers as his own blocker. 10-yard split is outstanding at 1.75 seconds. Explodes off the ball on tape. Big, strong enough to anchor when his technique is sound. And so those are things that you can kind of work with. Again, I like the pairing. Again, with any of these prospects, I like the pairing of them with the coaching staff we had. I can't overstate that enough. Like, I think that's really what is key is no matter who you bring in the building, the type of experience and the coaching staff that we have, I think is going to develop these players even more. So if you were to get an Ariante Irsay and you said, okay, you need to slow him down a little bit. You need to work on his technique and make sure he's a little bit more sound in his blocking. But he has all the intangibles. He has all the things that you want. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, with his hands. Once he gets an anchor on you, like he's probably hard to pass up. Like those are the things that you naturally want out of a prospect as a big guy, as an offensive tackle. And so Dan Richard can do the rest of the work, and this guy could be potentially special. And so, yeah, I'm fine with going away with the Ariante Irsay.
That's not a bad take. So Irsay is the football version of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, just calm him down a little bit.
That's not a bad take. And I think the big thing with Russ was like if we get, and listen, I'm a big Russ guy. I'm a Russ fan.
I'm a big Russ guy.
But if we could ever just get Russ to be like, hey man, stop taking them threes.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect.
Let's calm down a little bit. Yeah. No, I'm fine, man. I'm fine with
layup. Especially young Russ was letting it fly. Young Russ was letting it fly. Now, that shot flat too. My God, Peter Patton, help him out. If he could hit a shot, man, if he could get a 3-point shot this late in his career, it would extend his career another 6 years.
I agree with that. Kind of like how Vince Carter did.
Jason Kidd.
Once the athleticism left. No, I'm just thinking about the athleticism part. Like Vince Carter clearly was half man, half amazing, but then like in the latter part of his career, he contributed to.
Yeah, all of a sudden he was a 36% 3-point shooter. We all said, this mug was a shooter.
Where this man come from?
We watched it.
Yep. Yeah.
I always think of J Kidd because J Kidd went from being like an 11% shooter to I'm being facetious, but it was bad. Like it was
horrible.
Jason Kidd was a terrible 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Like a 38% 3-point shooter. I think he finished like leading the Mavericks in most 3-pointers made at the end of his career, something like that.
Insane. Yeah. That is insane.
When he came in the league, he was shooting. So he basically shot 32%. Also, they weren't taking a ton of threes back then.
Yeah.
And it was just up and down. 1 year he shot 40. 1 year he shot 31. 1 year he shot 32. 1 year he shot 29. 1 year he shot 32, which means they weren't taking a lot of threes and nowhere near as many threes. And then the 3-point era started. And from 2007 to 2012, 46% from three, 40% from three, 42% from three, 34% from three, 35. How do you make that adjustment? Anyway, we say all that to say, Ariante Irsay, a dog.
Joke of the day, say Shot City. A-Son Kid because he had no J. Oh, I get it. All right.
Legitimately. No, that was literally what they said. I remember that. He was A-Son Kid because he had no J.
That's actually true. I like that. All right. I'll give you that one. Good one.
But hey, man, I think listen, this Bears second round is going to be interesting. Second and third round is going to be interesting. We will be live for it in the studio. I think the super producer is going to be pulling up with us. I'll be in the studio. I think Mr. Two Letters is coming. He's bringing beer. I've had a horrible. This has been a horrible food weekend for me, dog. I got home last night. I was like, I'm gonna have to because I ate yesterday before the event because I was like, I don't want to eat late.
Look here, do I need to get you on the steak diet? Just eat a lot of protein and water.
No. I ate early because I was like, I don't want to eat late. And then we drafted Colston Loveland. And I was like, well, all right. I got to make sure when I wake up in the morning, I like this guy. Like I liked him when we drafted him, but I was like, do I really like him or am I like?
I really like him. You're right. I got you.
So then it was like, all right, let me get some Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's not bad.
I was sitting there eating some Taco Bell, and they
have a $9 box. What'd you have? One of the boxes?
I don't know what it was. It was like some online deal, which apparently like it was a family deal because they brought me a bag of food that is so much. Do you want some Taco Bell? you can come get some. Jesus. It's so much food in this bag. I was like, I just wanted a burrito and a Crunchwrap Supreme. Like,
they gave you everything,
bro. It's like 12 things in that bag.
Wow.
It was a lot. It was like a $13 too. They're giving it away. There's no way that's meat. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. We will be live for the day 2 and 3 of the draft. Super producer says he will be there as well in the studio. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Will Shadur Sanders get drafted? Peace. 5, 10.
That'd be crazy. He's not even in the draft. Nobody wants him.
Somebody got him.
Jesus. That's right. Brandon Green, FGB. It's always FGB.
Drop a lot of FGBs in the chat. The 13-time NFL championship Green Bay. Shut
Oh, God.
Shut